This one was a pain to record near the end for me. If you played the game and got through the part I'm going to show you, you know what could or couldn't have happened to me. But anyway, hello and welcome back to Nocturne Fusion, where you have to expect the unexpected or pay the price. Editor's note, this was recorded thanks to a live stream I did on Twitch a few weeks ago. If you want, I'll leave a link in the description for it, so you can follow me there too. I stream every Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. Sometimes I record some Nocturne footage for recordings, and other times just some random games to pass the time with you guys. But enough of that for now, let's get back to the video. After my little excursion to the Labyrinth of Amala and releasing the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse, I go east from Ikebukuro to reach the station, which leads to the next dungeon, the Ikebukuro Tunnel. This place, being underground, is completely dark, so you can't see anything around you except for your glowing tattoos. But because I have the Pisaka that I bought from the broker in the first Kalpa, I have access to Light Toma. This fixes the issue, and so I carry on. I decide to drop the healing Nue just to have more room for new recruitments, and almost 5 minutes later, I recruit a Kelpie. It's not real good from the get-go, aside from the Mind Pulimpa skill, but it does get Diorama later on, so I thought I'd keep it around for that. Turns out it'll take a long time to get it, so maybe it wasn't really a smart move. The structure of the tunnel is like a labyrinth, and just like the first Kalpa, there are holes that you can drop that can hinder your progress. During a random encounter, I also learned that the hard way that focus can and will buff counter damage too if that's the next physical attack. Might come in handy actually. A few encounters later, Naga learns Fog Breath, which is essentially a double Sukunda. Well, looks like Naga will have some use after all. After this, I drop Kelpie, suit myself with the Miasma Magatama, and fight the first of 4 optional bosses in this area. The first special Oni, Suiki. I'm a cold demon. Won't do anything to you, so come over here. No. Don't call me a coward. I'm gonna beat you to a pulp. Suiki resists everything but fire, hence why Valkyrie is here and Mizuchi will just make her stronger. It hits very hard with physical and ice damage, but since it has no Dakunda, debuffs are your friends as usual. It will use Beast Eyes to get more turns, but with debuffs it shouldn't be an issue. In its phase 2, it switches to Dragon Eye and will start using Glacial Blast, so Miasma or Wadatsumi will help you here. Regardless, if you can survive the damage dealt by Glacial Blast and Berserk, this fight shouldn't take you long at all. Or I'm up by buffing magic at least. Oh well, never mind. I'm a Demi-Fiend. I'm half and half. A while later, I recruit Sarutahiko, another physical demon that can get focus encounter if you train him. Also has Light Toma too, in case you need it for the tunnel, and knows Light and Dark, which is okay. After some more roaming around, I get Kamuto back on and call back Harabaki on the front lines, because the second Oni, Kinki, is next. What do I need to answer here? I guess I picked the right one. This guy is a physical juggernaut. It cuts physical damage by 90%, so that's a big no-no. He is weak to magic, but in a weird way. He will take 50% more damage by the four main elements, fire, ice, wind, and electricity, but it won't give the press turn bonus, so don't bet on that. It doesn't help that he can debuff you and buff itself, and he'll do one of the two every turn he gets, although he doesn't seem to go for Sukunda and Sukukaja for some reason. Arabaki heal will help, since Kinki can't touch him, like, ever. He only has physical attacks. I get him to phase 2, where he will do both a buff and debuff because of Dragon Eye, but this is where you gotta hurry, or he'll cheap shot you with powerful moves. He also uses the Kunda here, which didn't help at all. Soon after, funnily enough, I managed to freeze it with Mabufula from Mizuchi and wail on it until it dies, since freeze apparently cancel physical defense, apparently. Being frozen nullifies your physical defense. Huh. And now I get double hit, okay. What do I want to do here? You probably won't be able to hear it from my voice because I got people in the other rooms of the house, so I don't really want to bother them too much. But can you feel from my voice just how aggravated I am at this point? Like, seriously. I swear, I got lucky. I ignore the exit of the dungeon and head for the third Oni after this, Fuki. This fight is almost a mirror of Suiki resistances wise, just swap its fire weakness to electricity and ice immunity to wind, and this is why I have Karasu Tengu on the field. It'll use Makakaja to buff its magic and use Zama on you, which I know because Ifumi Magatama is a thing. With some debuffs and dodges, Fog Breath is OP sometimes, I get very quickly to its phase 2. And here switches to Tornado and Cheap Shot Karasu to death with a crit Hell Thrust, and shuts down Naga and Mizuchi next with Tornado and Zandyne respectively, but immediately after that I shock him to death. That's annoying. And he was that close to death. Whatever. Guess only me and Valkyrie will get the XP. Now, remember how I said there were 4 Onis? Well, the 4th one only appears after you defeat the others. So get your best team on under a full moon, and in a room where you couldn't enter before, now there's the 4th Oni, Ongyoki. My name is Ongyoki. Yep, that's me. Illusions? Okay, what's this about? This is a gimmick fight. The Oni replicates himself, so there's 4 of him on the field. You won't know which is the real one unless you go in with a full moon, which highlights its shadow, so you have to hit that one. Doing so will dispel the copies. The general strategy would be to have one debuffer with Rakunda, a heavy hitter, and a buffer and debuffer. He'll mostly use Dragon Knife to give himself all 3 buffs and replicate again. If you're lucky, he'll go in a loop doing this over and over and he'll never attack you. He can hit you with strong physical moves and those will hurt because of the buffs, so do be very careful. Unfortunately, the first attempts end by a very unlucky crit, and on the second one, I got bound by status braid real quick. This doesn't help at all, but after that, he rarely attacks me, so I have plenty of time to recover, but his buffs outran my debuffs, forcing me to play extra careful and sacrifice the Kaja Stone to shrink him down to size. He then stops hitting me for like 5 or 6 turns when I decide to replace Mizuchi with Harahabaki for safety. A few turns later, he actually goes down. And that's pitiful damage. But we won! Whew! I'll admit, that was a bit more stressful than I thought it would. But hey, got through that, that's good enough, I guess. By defeating him in the next room, we unlock the second Magatama with physical resist in the game, Murakumo, which will make you learn Void Mind, Nerve, and Curse, as well as Chaos Blade, a physical move with high accuracy and 30% chance of panic. After this, I get out of the tunnel and immediately get to Asakusa, where shit went down immediately the moment I tried to get in the save room. Despite me trying to run away, I get ambushed by the first of the 4 riders, White Rider. My reaction says it all. Oh no. And I couldn't save. Well, this is sad. I have to wonder if Trafuri will get me out of this. Because something tells me no. I'm gonna have to redo the Ongyoki fight again, won't I? Sure, drop another save state. I'm a complete idiot. Here, I didn't even try then, I just had it kill me. The problem is, like I said, I had to redo the Ongyoki fight because that's where my last save was. This time it did went better though, since I spammed Rakuna and Fog Breath a little more often, and it attacked me more, so it always had some debuffs on all the time, making it die much faster. I promptly dropped a save state the second I could enter Asakusa. This time though, I was well prepared for an ambush. I equipped Ankh Magatama, had Valkyrie, Naga, and Karasu at the ready, and I actually did manage to enter the save room, funnily enough. Apparently, Hijiri managed to came to the save room before us. Somehow. And he tells us to explore the city while he investigates a little more for Onikawa from here. Then, I decide to go all in and try my luck against White Rider. Pro tip on the riders, don't stay too defensive. It's funny how he asks us to go all out, that's kind of a hint. The gimmick to rider fights is that they summon allies, this time being virtues, which are weak to wind. White Rider voids fire, and seems like he doesn't have the Kunda, but he does have Prominence, which is the strongest version of Fire Breath. And if used and hits Valkyrie, I drain all of its turns. Also, virtues will use Rakunda on you, so do be careful. Another thing worth mentioning is that White Rider will use Dragon Eye and summon more virtues in case you kill even one of them. And also has a light-based move called God's Bow, which is an insta-kill. Luckily, he never uses it on me, but I did have to Traja ready just in case. That's why Valkyrie was there, after all. The more the fight went on, the more I thought I could actually make it. I calmed down after seeing Virtue using Mediarama, and then focused my attention on White Rider immediately. Always try to beat the rider first and the ally second. It was a tense fight, and Karasu went down, but at the end, White Rider finally goes down on the first attempt. And now, although the fight doesn't immediately end there, you have to kill the virtues as well, so I dispatch of them real quick and end the fight. If that thing got a crit on me, I would be so pissed. Well, let's look at the bright side. I won. The downside is that I didn't really want to. I'll be completely honest with you, I wasn't planning to beat What Rider now, it was only supposed to be an attempt. But I'm lucky it went this well on the first try. After the fight, Valkyrie gets the skill Soul Recruit, which will allow her to recruit demons as well, and Naga not only gets Zionga by level up, but also evolves to Raja Naga, which is a better version of Naga stat-wise, and it also gains physical resistance. I get the candelabra from Bright Rider, get back to the save room, and that's where I end the day. And that is it for today. I wasn't happy near the end because of that ambush, but at least it didn't end all too bad. At any rate, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment so you tell me you enjoyed it. If you haven't, please subscribe too for more content. And until next time, this has been Bahama Raven, and do stay tuned because next time I smell another rider fight. Bye bye!